Bambu starred in a this contest film I won for the LA Film Festival. I told him if we won this camera, that was the prize, that imagine all the music videos we could shoot with this camera. So we actually won the contest and the camera. You know, Bam goes, hey, so when are we going to shoot that music video?
Yesterday was great. We shot a bunch of the car scenes yesterday. I really liked the car that we actually had. We rented a Buick Skylark 66. It was fun to drive, it was fun to whip. The homeboys came out. Who understands the history of what we're trying to relay in this video? What we're trying to portray is not, we're not advocating or promoting what went down, but we are documenting it, I guess, in a sense. Because it is part of the Filipino-American history. I think that Filipino-American experience that kind of gets overlooked is that when we did come here and we did move into these communities that were gang heavy, that we did have to participate in this, not partially out of necessity and part of it to fit in. As soon as you start dumping it, right, without even looking back at him, just say the count's wrong, you know? And then as you're walking off, and you show him what the real count is, 2, 4, and 2. And then he looks at the other counter like, what's wrong with you, you know what I mean?
Not 3.
Well, working with Patricio and AJ again, we're looking forward to it since we had such a good time with the Champion video.
Native guns, brave from day one, made from razor sun.
But what was funny was Bam was like, it's just going to be a video of me driving kids to school. You know, I was like, oh, okay, fine, you know. And then seeing how it evolves to the way that it did was really exciting.
All right, smile, Kiana, go closer to Bam. Smile, smile, there we go. Hit him on the cap, star, hit him on the cap, star, there we go. The first time I heard Crooks and Rooks was really one of the first tracks that the mixer James played for me. And out of all songs, for some reason that song kind of stuck out. It had that, just had that tone, and just immediately I kind of imagined the world that Bam lived in when he was younger.
Visually, Black and White was really cool because we talked about like the 99 Problems video that we talked about, that look. The artists like these photographers like Esteban Oriol and stuff like that, how their street photography pretty much looks like a portrait after every snap, and that's kind of like what he wanted to encompass here.
Castles, new era, slung over my eyes, raw denim Levi's, hanging off my thighs, gas prices on high, so I'm coasting in a ride, money, money in my socks.
Wake up, Bam, and then throw it.
Wake up, Bam, right now.
You missed.
How you make fried rice? It's not called DuckTales the movie.
That's craft services, man. Spam fried rice. Nico's way too tall. It was perfect. In 9th grade, I was like this tall.
Hey, watch it go, punk!
Yeah, but see, you turned off right away.
I know. I know.
What would you say if someone cut you off? Like, we just don't piss you off.
You gotta remember, her auntie's here, okay?
Punk. That's why I'm using punk. I mean, is there another word rather than punk that's not a bad word? You know? That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. Something that's like with an English accent. I mean, I don't know if that's too old school. I don't know.
Cat, Patricio's making your niece curse. Because he looks at you, he gives you the nod, you just go. And you just keep doing what you're doing. How do you describe your
oh, you know.
Wipe that grin off your face.
Yeah, it's a, yeah, don't laugh, All right, here we go.
Oh, tough.
They're like the gangsters. The OG.
What's your favorite part of the shoot?
I liked when we were in the car because it was really fun. I felt the hair blowing, the wind blowing through my hair, and it felt really good, and I liked it.
Well, I like the one that I was in, where we were outside the door or the gate where the bouncer was.
My favorite part was when they put the camera on the bike and then I rode the bike while they were filming the camera on the bike.
Okay, so it's day 43 of the Crooks and Rooks shoot. I'm really tired. I'm wearing the same thing for 43 days straight. I'm doing great though. Everything is fine. Having a good time. Hope you guys have a good time. Hope you enjoy the video. Woo!
Bam comes from a very interesting backdrop. I mean, that not a lot of people in the mainstream, if you think about it, that life. So here you go. Usually when you imagine Watts, you kind of get a typical picture of what went on in that neighborhood, and yet no one really knows about Bam's life and how that sort of slice of Filipino American life.
Just chill, you sit. You see them pulling up. As soon as they start coming, you're like, look over at him. You know what I mean? So you're not like.
I think that Bam, in a lot of ways, he has a very interesting life story. So I think that it brings a more human perspective to, community leaders. A lot of times there may be very, I don't know if the word is, stereotypical images, but to show that, you come from different walks of life and different life experiences. So I think it's going to broaden the story and the knowledge that people have about his life. So I think that's good, especially because gang activity and gang violence is a big issue with our youth, that hopefully it's a way to reach them.
The gang lifestyle in the early 90s, very, very heavy, especially in LA and the flatlands of LA. We call the flatlands anything south of Wilshire, and I think there's going to be a lot of kids in LA especially that can relate to this.
It's good to have this kind of video where it shows that we did that back in the days, but we grew up. We all grew up and became the people we are now. You know what I'm saying? We're not like the thugs we used to be or the mean people we used to be.
It's all realistic, back in the early 90s, which was my era. So it brought me back in the day as well.
And I think that because a lot of our folks were either killed off or doing time now or have moved on and got real jobs, like me, we don't talk about it much anymore, or we don't see it anymore. So I thought it was very important for it to be highlighted.
It doesn't matter how we go through life. There's always stuff in our past that always remains with us. It could be a death, it could be something traumatizing that we experience, but it always affects our present no matter what. And in the video I try to do different things, even the bikes, like the bike sounds, which I want to kind of consistently put in the video, have that bike motif, as well as the past, that when Bam actually looks in the rearview mirror and still sees the boss man, Edwin Habakan's characters from the review. So there's a little, and it's not like that lifestyle has gone completely away. It's just that Bam's character is not part of that lifestyle, but that lifestyle still is around there. Even though the setting for him has changed and he's much more mature and he's doing this more of a community role, of course your past still lingers. You can't sometimes get away from your past. Hold this right here. You guys look at each other. Hold that a second longer. All right. Yeah. Like there's you don't know whether you should go out, and when you're about to get out of the way.
It was a trip, to go back to that time and see just even the costume of the little kids, little Filipino boys with rat tails and duck tails and things like that. And it was nostalgic, but it was also a really dark time to a certain extent. There's still kids out there. I have students from my writing workshop who, up and joined the gang, and that's another reason why I thought it was important to highlight, because there's still kids out there who don't really know the history. And then in the song itself, is telling you that I want peace through all these major gangs in LA, these Filipino and Southeast Asian gangs. That at the end of the day, you're getting shined, you're getting shouted out, but we need to just chill with it.
Let's
stay
go.
Stay still. Stay still.
Right
One more time.
now.
Stay still.
It's time to go. They're waiting outside. Let's go.
You're moving
right
again.
now.
Stay still. Stay still.
Come on, it's time to go, Bam. Get up right now. Wake up, please. Wake up. Now, get up, Bam.
Come on, they're waiting.
Come on, they're waiting.
One more time.
Come on, they're waiting. Come on, they're waiting. What?
Keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Oh.
Say the same line over and over again.
Okay. Come on, they're waiting, Bam.
Stay still. Stay still. You just stay
Come
still.
on, they are waiting. They're waiting
stay still,
outside.
Stay still.
And we have to go. Come on, they're waiting. Let's go. Come on, they're waiting.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Come on, they're waiting, Bam. Come on, they are waiting outside. Come on, they are waiting. Come on, they're waiting. Come on.
You're mad, right? You're more mad.